Okay, so Chrome Mox will get rid of Desertion, which gives us blue mana. And then we can go for the Arcane Signet on turn 1. That is bloody broken. Or we can go for the awesome, sexy looking Watery Grave there. Watery Grave. Look at the grave on that water. Oh, look at the imposition. Look at the... Ooh. Shall we, my friends? Shall we? Shall we dance the death? Dance of... Yes, the dance of... we danced the death dance. Death. They died. Jesus Christ, every time I record and see my reflection in the camera, I think I'm turning into Reed Richards with these white highlights on the side of my head. That's the curse of being half Asian. Some of you might not know that. I'm half Thai. Thai people go grey, go white a lot earlier than other people. I mean, I'm 36, but I've had greys and whites since I was 21. So, but yeah, my God. Seeing myself on YouTube age and eventually meet my inevitable death is just such a great feeling. But today we're looking at Rusko Clockmaker, which tied in a way because it's to do with time. We are seeing him again. I've gone full circle on my channel, and that's for a couple of reasons. Firstly, this is a deck requested by one of my oldest donators, Herpaderp, so thank you so much, Herpaderp. He's been around for years now, basically, and one of my early supporters, and just a really amazing person. I've met so many nice people doing YouTube, and he suggested doing this build, which is on the surface looks like an ordinary Rusko deck, but it is secretly a mill build. And when I first saw it, I thought, okay, what have we got to see here? But yes, he showed me the Water Crystal and the Sphinx's tutelage, which is something that I've never seen before, so it's very, very unique. So thank you, Herpaderp. So whenever an opponent would mill one or more cards, they mill that many +4. Now, combined with the way Sphinx's tutelage works, this actually creates multiple instances of mill, especially against monocolor decks. So whenever you draw a card, target opponent mills a card. I need to burp. Pardon me. If 2 non-land cards that share a color were milled this way, repeat this process. And then you can actually pay 6 to draw and discard, which is fairly easy in a deck that keeps making mana rocks. But yeah, every time you mill, you make your opponent mill, and then the Water Crystal makes them mill more. So it is kind of like a 2-card combo, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many things in this deck that make it really interesting, and I've already talked to Herpaderp about making some tweaks. I took away a few of the 3-mana counter spells, and that's because 3-mana counter spells in this day and age, I feel like they're just not too great, just due to how fast the format is. If you just take into consideration a card like Tifa is 2 mana, and she will kill you on turn 4. So a 3-mana counter spell versus that is just too slow, and it just takes up too much time. So I'd rather focus on 1 mana and 2-mana counter spells, which the majority the Herpaderp already put in. I can't remember what else I changed now. A few things like Flare of Denial went in because it's just like a free counter spell. But yeah, some of the mana was changed as well. But the majority of it essentially is quite a few tutors like Diabolic Intent, Wishclaw Talisman. I'm not really sure about this card yet because I'm scared I've given it to my opponent, but I've just kept it in because I think there's got to be some good opportunity costs. I think the biggest opportunity cost I've seen with the Wishclaw Talisman was actually the Beseech the Mirror, which can sacrifice it to get something into play, which is really good. We've got some cool cards at Palantir, all thanks to the, fill your graveyard and recycle them with the clocks that you get later on. Just loads of counter spells. And the reason I said we're confident is because when Rusko first came out, I really hated the card, to be honest. And a lot of you that have been on the channel will know that. But you know what? Magic has changed so much in the last 4 years that he's not even that bad anymore. We're losing games on turn 2 to turn 3. The addition of fast mana with Chrome Moxes, and I've just realised I've not put that in. Well, this is a good chance to show you guys how fast mana is now. Yes, Ancient Tomb. That is a ludicrous card. I can't believe I almost forgot that. So just take out an island. That's just how fast mana is now. So turn 1, you can go Chrome Mox, Dark Ritual, Ancient Tomb, and some other bollocks as well. And the other thing I put in was both a Citadel and the Ether Fluxer as well. Because basically we're going to go as hard as we can. This is one of the most evil decks I think you could potentially make. But then again, is it? Power creep is just crazy. The things are adding to Magic now, the sets are adding to Magic. No one just gives a shit anymore. And once you embrace that, once you get over that hurdle, which was big, it was a big hurdle for me, especially on my channel, I admit. I was so against this stuff. And I don't do this normally, but for my fans and patrons who donate, I definitely will just try and see what my fans are making these days. But yeah, Rusko is really fun with this type of build, especially trying to get the Sphinx's tutelage and the Water Crystal online. So let's see if we can pull this off. Thank you once again, Herpaderp, and if you want to get your own videos, ideas submitted to me, don't forget to become a Patreon member. Look at the description below, and I'll take a look at your deck and make a video based on your ideas, thoughts, and deck list. So let's get into the gameplay. Let's hope it's good. Right, this is a gift from God, apparently, so we've got to wash away. But the opponent is using Ragavan, so if we can counter it in turn 1, we should have a good chance. I've slightly lowered my voice, by the way, because I've just realised that it could be my voice being heard by my child that wakes her up. But they have like a white noise generator in the room. But I don't know. I think I read somewhere that babies hear at a different frequency? Or they hear different frequencies than adults? I don't know. Is there a child psychologist watching this that can please tell me? I honestly don't know. Okay, Mind Stone. Lootmonger. Just like a fishmonger, but for loot. AKA somebody that nicks shit and sells it on the street. But it is a bit of a curse if babies can hear different frequencies or at a lower frequency. I don't know. Maybe you have a wider frequency when you're younger. I'm really not sure, to be honest. And then as you get older, I know your hearing gets worse. Maybe it just starts from that young. Maybe I am the root of all the annoyance that I have. Who knows? The more I use 3 steps ahead, the more I realise how crazy it is as well. Like making a copy of something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to leave up 3 steps ahead. Counter a spell and create a token of midnight clock. Sword of Fire and Ice. I think we want to counter that. Because that's got Pro Blue. This deck is nuts. We should not be doing this well against Rusko. Whatsoever. 2 clocks is nuts. Let's just keep drain them, I guess. Like, annoyingly, we've run out of resources here, but what's in their hand? Another bloody sword. And yeah, we'll just wait till the clocks go off. When the clock strikes 12, the carriage becomes a pumpkin. And the horse become mice once more. I'm a bit scared of what they stole. If they stole a bonus to Citadel or something, that's going to be nuts. Yeah, the File of Galadriel would be really insane if we just could get rid of this diabolic intent. Gilded Lotus scares me. Why the hell would a Ragavan deck have Gilded Lotus? Unless they had a random Ulamog. Insatiable Avarice. God damn. So they're going to search for a combo on top because they... Oh no! They've got the triple black there. So I guess draw 3? Oh, we could be in some bloody trouble here. If they search... So they've searched and put something on top. Oh no! So that could be... anything. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Holy crap. Another midnight clock. That's a bit weird. That's very strange, but... Okay, well, the irony there is we get to draw 7 more. Okay, I think we should be fine then, because we've we got the Flare of Denial. This deck is nuts. All right, okay. Don't we take down Ragavan? I don't think Dark Ritual turn 1 is very good with what we have. Although the construction drone could be decent. But I think turn 2 Rusko is actually better. Really. Because it just gives us a bit more oomph. And it gives us a blocker. No lightning bolt exists, but two pretty awesome resources on turn 2. Yeah, I guess if they bolt and then attack, they still have quite the advantage. Sticky fingers. What does that give it? Menace. And get a treasure. Bloody hell. 3 mana. They've basically Dark Ritual themselves. That is crazy. God damn it. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Word invention. Okay. Go for the drone. So they need another blocker, but it's got menace. It's bloody menace. That is nuts. 2 treasures. On damage. Christ. Heraldic Banner. Could be worse. Is that really the best they can do? 4 mana spell would be... Combat Celebrant. Yikes, that is annoying. I think we need 2 blockers then. Oh, we can't, can we? Word of Invention. Extra combat steps are going to be nuts with this thing. 1, 2, 3. I think we're just going to go for the cruelty of kicks here. Just have a look in their hands. And they've got Torbrun. Okay. Well, I do not feel safe whatsoever. But if it's just a Goblin Bombardment, I'm not that worried. Bloody hell. So we will block that. Jeez. So they're going to get a shitload of tokens and spells. Land comes to hand. And they get a Y'shtola, which probably doesn't work very well with the Dane at all, does it? Because they'll lose the sticky fingers. Oh my god. They've got so many things already. That is an impressive array of treasures for Zidane. Or should I say Ragavan? God damn. Pretty irritating. Why did they do that for? They lost their sticky fingers. Kind of weird that they would do that. Suppose River's Rebuke would slow them down and let us return the Y'shtola to us. Slow them down a fair bit. But they can just use the Goblin Bombardment with the Y'shtola. Down to 11. Shame we don't have any... Oh no, we do have a... Oh, okay, so we can resurrect the Y'shtola. That's pretty good. I think that might change the game. Yeah, the fact they flickered their guide for the... and got rid of the sticky fingers was very peculiar. Very strange indeed, and they dashed that. Okay. So, yeah, we'll get the Y'shtola. It's not going to be good for them, is it? There's so many clocks going around. Goblin Bombardment and Ragavan. I don't know if... Yeah, we really crawled out of the pit of despair for that one. Jeez. Right, I think we can manage to keep this. Again, I think the Cavern of Souls keeps popping up when we don't really need it. So that's a bit of a shame. But yes, I do like the other cards. We're at one piece of the puzzle. Can we pull this off? I seem to not have very good luck with this card. Whenever I seem to have it, it's always by itself, and if my opponents are multicolour, it's just not as effective. So it's a real shame. Yeah, so we get rid of the Alison's Pilgrim 100% there. Slows them down a bit. And we're going to name humans. Go for the search, which should hopefully find us some more lands, because we need those to play Magic the Gathering. Oh, that's a weird glitch. The other side of the card has no words. Such beautiful artwork. One of my favourite cards of all time, by the way. Search for a Scanter. Another bloody elf. That's bloody annoying, that is. Go for the file. Journey to nowhere. I suppose the main thing we want to accumulate is mana for the Cycling Rift. Because if they're going for the Sigil of the Empty Throne and lots of enchantments, then they're going to flood the field. And the only way for us to really pull back is if we just bounce everything back. So we do actually have both pieces in our hand, technically. Tutelage and Whir into Blue Crystal. But what are the odds of us actually having the mana to do all that? Probably quite unlikely. Land is fine. We do want that. And just tapped. Play the Rusko. If they tuck Rusko underneath the journey, that's fine, because we want to build up the mana for the Rift anyway to balance everything, so it's not the end of the world. I think the worst case scenario is if they go for Elspeth Conquers Death. That will just eradicate us. They didn't have a land, so they wanted to search for one. Okay, so that means they're going to get the land, play it, tap the Mystic, tap the land, journey to nowhere on Rusko. Okay. Sure thing. 5/5 Calyx, and when he hits, he gets a clone of another enchantment, which is very irritating. Very, very insanely overly powered, this Calyx. Create a token as a copy. Jeez. Cruelty of Gix. It's not a land, is it? I think that's the main issue here. We need a land. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so basically we're just going to let them do what the hell they want here. And then at the end of their turn, we Rift. Because the max we're going to take is 6, 7, maybe 8 or 9 damage. So, whenever Calyx, one of the enchantment comes in, put a counter on him. So the fact we're going to do this end of turn is nice, because they should be discarding a few things. So that comes into play. They can copy triggered abilities. This is so crazy. It's annoying because the stuff they discard they could bring back with the Restoration of Iganjo as well. I don't know why they keep looking at Rusko. You bloody exiled the card. Surely you should know what it is that you're exiling, right? Bizarre. Sigil. My god, my kid is crying so much. She's woken up 7 freaking times tonight. Oh god. It's driving me insane. Sixth Sense. So if we Rift in response, they won't have anything to enchant, which means it fizzles, although annoyingly the Sigil does make an Angel token, so maybe the timing wouldn't be something like that. But we win anyway, so that was pretty nicely timed. Right, let's see the Fury of the Heliod deck. Does this have the combo in it? Is it the Walking Ballista combo, I think? Mana Tithe has to go, I think. Although they're probably going to play Curse of Silence now. I guess I can't really win either way. So Rusko got 6, which is annoying as hell. But we can counter their commander with Defabricate. Defabricate! Launcher. And we know they have protection from multicolour. That's an interesting one. I guess with counters on it, that's quite strong. And I think we just passed the turn. Yes, we'll counter that. And it gets exiled just to, you know, make it a bit more brutal. Lovely. That's a very good card. I always forget that's a card that I should probably use. Emperor and avoid damage. Yeah. Definitely some interesting things we don't normally see. Mono white is strong. And the fact that gain life is like, meh, I'm not too bothered. Take 2. And okay. I think we're just going to search for, you've guessed it, Citadel. I could have sacrificed the Transformer to get a 4-drop, but is that even that good? Khan's Bastion. Wandering Emperor. And
run away.
what are they going to do? They're going to put a count on that.
We've got the edge in this fight.
This is probably not a real good turn for the Citadel because we've already played a land, but mana drain on top. It's pretty brutal. They're not going to like this. Lovely. Oh, and a tutelage as well. Okay, that's good. Because now we can play Rusko next turn. And then start draining them. Because the Citadel loses, but the Rusko gains. Oh, I'm really going to struggle getting this bloody mill combo off. Just not going to have any time to do it. Wash away. God damn it, kid's crying again. Kid's woken up 3 effing times today. That is ridiculous. To bed. Okay. I might have to go in a second to just subdue her. Or just... Right, I'll be back in a sec. God. Okay, so that's 4 goddamn times. I've had to go in, replicate once, counter the triggered ability. God damn it, I'm so stressed tonight. It's like every time I record, I get quieter and quieter. And then I have to keep going into the bedroom to doing it because the wife is at work. This is the thing about being a husband of an NHS nurse. It's brutal. Absolutely effing. If you want a kid, be ready. That's all I'm saying. So I can't actually use the 3-mana version of this.
I have got new moves to teach
We're going to take 3. God damn it. We're getting absolutely whipped here. Temple. So that was lucky because we can put the Ancient Tomb to the bottom. Are we going to get anything removal here? God damn it. Tail's End. Okay. Well, we're getting absolutely pummeled by this Spectrum Sentinel, aren't we? And all these other things as well. Whenever another creature you control enters, gain 1 life. Might as well just do that. Drain them. We need something good. God damn it. More ways to gain life. Do we just counter that trigger? Yeah, why not? Your Stola is on top. Okay, if we can survive just a little bit more. That's going to be 9 coming in there, that's the issue. 9, goddamn. So we get down to 2, but we do have the Ushtola on top. Down to 2, that is ridiculous. And a Dark Ritual on top, which doesn't really help. But I guess it gives us the life back. And it clears the card on top. Villainous Wrath. God damn it, we can't even play that. Because we just don't have the mana for it. How do we not die here? 3 mana, we actually have the mana to cast this. How do we draw this? We can't, can we? That's 6 to do that. 6 to do that as well. Jesus. Guess we can do that. So that goes to 12 in their turn. We get an extra clock. I'm just going to have to pray that we get something good. Oh, that's such a shame. That was the next card. All these clocks are nothing to do. How do we survive? I guess by like getting a couple of spells that are cheap and just kill. It's not impossible. God damn it! If we had the water crystal out, there'd be milling loads because we're drawing loads here. Anything good? Oh god damn it! They are mono though. Oh, man, that's crazy. Repeat this process. Can we mill them out with Sphinx's tutelage? So this is the idea of the deck. This is half of the combo. White, colourless, white, colour. Oh, come on. White, white. There we go. So there's a repeat. White colour. There's a lot of white colourless. That is bizarre. That is actually bizarre. That only repeated 1 time. That felt a bit bullshit. Look at the dispersion rate of permanence there. It's literally permanent land, permanent land. What the hell? And look at our hand as well. Every single thing is a sorcery. What are the actual odds of that bollocks happening? Very unlikely. There's me thinking we could have maybe lucked out with that, but geez, man. They had everything they needed. Such a shame. Damn it, they love making us fight Shield of the Apocalypse. Probably because they know that she will one-shot us to death. Brutal. It's happened already. I don't want to face her anymore. God darn it. She's a naughty, naughty commander to face. Another land. That's a bit boring, isn't it? We've got so much mana. Makes mana, makes mana, makes mana, makes mana. Maybe there's not enough removal in this stack. I don't know. Perhaps. Even the Talisman, although probably that was bad because the Sapphire Medallion makes the 2 blue spells in my hand cheaper, so. Yeah, maybe that was the wrong choice. We shall see. Cavern of Souls, useless in this matchup. That's why I don't really like Cavern of Souls. It only works against blue, really. So from one midnight clock to another, that's going to be pretty cool. I already feel like they have a shed load of removal in hand waiting for us. That's the same goddamn land we saw before. Is this the same player? I don't know. I lose track of names. I just remember the commanders I faced, not the names. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Enter. Battlefield, exile, graveyard. Why the heck? God knows what they're doing with that. Mana drain. That's crazy. This feels broken, right? Because play this and we just... Why is that tapping that mana for? Why the heck? Blue? How weird is that? It wanted to tap all the wrong mana. Jeez. You've got to be bloody careful with auto tappers, seriously. Because the way they tapped it, I wouldn't have been able to use the mana drain in their turn. Silly beggars. Absolute silly beggaroonies. So yeah, I guess they probably concede here. Is that really the point? Well, we might as well use this, considering that we're going to lose the card anyway. They're going to kill something in response. That's fair. That means we still get to play Magic, which is what I want to do. Okay, but we do get a shitload of mana, though. 4 mana in our next turn, so we can get Inventor's Fair. The fact they've not got the Shieldred out yet is just fantastic for us. They probably know that they have time. They got Fatal Push. Fatal Push gets rid of either of these. They may do. Or just Infernal Grasp or something simple. Doomblade would kill Rusko. Edict. Creature token. Did they mean to do that? I'm not sure. Beseech, wow. Either way, they're in a bit of trouble, aren't they? To be honest. We've got so much mana. And the Citadel just, yeah. Sorry about the mill combo. Clearly the mill combo is good, but I just need some value here. Dark Ritual on top. Counterspell on top. Well, that is crazy. That is pretty crazy, I have to say. Because now we get the Ether Flux. I've just gone for the boring route, but it's just so reliable when you have both of them out. Absolutely crazy. Crazy. That's why you watch the channel, because you want to see crazy moves like this. Well, here you go. Against a natural predator like Shieldred, which lives to kill us. And we've got a Thassa now. And a Palantir. Yeah, I think we might have just won. Holy crap. Although, saying that, if they... Yeah, we're drawing 12 on their turn, so... Oh my goodness, this feels wrong. How do we get so much mana? Ridiculous. Spin both of those. And there's a Mind Stone on top. And we pretty much win next turn because we can crack the Citadel anyway. It's an abundance of riches. Lovely. And a Counterspell on top. What the hell? Why did the shuffler put the Counterspell back on top? That was already on top of our deck, and now it's already on top of our deck again. What? What the hell? Well, okay. That feels wrong. That feels so illegal. I'm not happy doing that. That doesn't feel right. We saw that already and it shuffled to the top. Bloody hell. And we've got a Remand as well. And a Dark Ritual. Do they just want to see us go off? Well, we're going to lose this anyway, so we might as well just play it. Because we're going to lose it to the midnight clock going off, so we might as well just do it here. Oh. You got some kind of funky spell to interact. Up to 40. We're going to get 7 more. So basically draw 1 card. Or we can remand it. We can remand it for lols. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. That's a weird move. Oh, that's a weird move. Let me guess, counterspell on top again. That would. We got the remand back, guys. What is with the shuffler? That is bonkers. Right. Right, so we might as well flick at the Rusko and see how nuts we can get. Aw, you waited. You waited that long to see me do silly things, but then you didn't even let me do the silliest of things. You're already gonna die. Just see the sillier thing.